I'm Dr. Parimala Selvan. I'm a geriatrician and a hospice and palliative care physician working at Kaiser Redwood City for the past 14 years. I'm very happy to share my experiences. I was exposed to this happiness program 10 years ago by one of my colleagues at work. Initially, I found it helpful, but I was not very regular with the practices. But then life started its roller coaster challenges. I would say it's like a midlife crisis. And one day I got a news from India that my dad fell down. And little did I know that that was the last time I would see him talk and walk, because he went into a massive intracerebral hemorrhage and stroke and into a coma the next day. He was alive for the past 1 year, but in a comatose state, and it was very difficult for me to see my mom and my sister go through a very rough time. Had it not been for this powerful Sudarshan Kriya and my regular practices, it would have been very difficult for me to navigate and help them go through the process, because they were there with him for 1 year. And I think this practices helped me feel centered and grounded, and I was able to be there to support them and help them. And my dad passed away after 1 year, but I was not on Prozac, and I was there for my family because of these practices through the happiness program. Also, I have a teenage daughter, and raising a teenage child as a first generation Indian here was very challenging for me. And I found the practices, I was able to understand her point of view and help her. I was able to be a better mom and listen to her because of this powerful practice. The third incident is how it helps you even with your physical fitness. My family was training to go to Inca Trail, which is Machu Picchu in Peru, and it's 14,800 feet. And I was the only one in the group who did not have time to train for the high altitude hiking experience. And all I did was be very regular with my Bastrikas and my Sudarshan Kriya. And guess what? I was able to hike with the group in time, and I completed my hiking because my lung capacity improved and my oxygenation was very good at that high altitude, only because of the Sudarshan Kriya and the Bastika practices. So seeing all the benefits, my husband, who's not much into the spiritual path yet, has been very encouraging, and he says, "Oh, it's 5:45, you should be going to your practices," because I go every Sunday for my long Kriya practices. Also, even as a person, I find myself, all the impressions that we bring in from childhood experiences, being judgmental, having anxiety, all these impressions reduce. Even at work, when you have conflicts at work, you're able to deal with day-to-day interpersonal challenges in a much effective way, because the Sudarshan Kriya practices help you be centered, mindful. And Guruji always says, do not react to a situation, you respond to a situation. And that's what I try to implement in my day-to-day practices. Thank you.